Hey everyone, this is Lori Burdell with USTA Florida Tennis Management Department. Today I'm going to go over rituals, ways to calm your nerves so you can get into a rhythm. Okay, so today our big thing is the little tics and things that the pros do that you might not even recognize, that they are rituals that keep them calm while they're on the court. Okay, so the important things, if you know some of these players, there's Isner, Djokovic, Dominic Thiem, Nadal is notorious for all of his rituals. Roger Federer, his is kind of standard, but most of them, I'd say, everyone has them when it comes down to the serve. The serve is your most important stroke. It's important to get the ball in the court to even start the point. So the serve is probably one of the most under practiced, but this is a good one. If you don't want to practice it and you want to have a good serve, then it's best to practice, get some rituals together so you'll be able to perform. So then you'll be able to build that into your repertoire. Okay, so moving forward, I'm just going to go over some tips for the rituals. And it's important, that everyone develops this, you in particular. This is a good way for you to, like I said, calm your nerves. It will relax you during stressful times, okay? And the best time to do it is right before or right after. Before or after a very stressful point that's coming up. Say you're down, no ad, you're serving, and you could be down the game to be 5-4 or 4-5 into the third set. Okay, so it's really important that you gain control and get these rituals down so you can relax and just go through the motions and do what needs to be done. Okay, so I'm going to flip this around so you can see the board. Okay, so here we have the ritual board. Okay, and it's good if you can write down things, pictures of your favorite pros, things that they do right, something that you can emulate that will be a good role model for you in the long run. So as you can see, calm your nerves so you can get into a rhythm, okay? And nothing better than when you're out on the court. You can't miss a shot because you're in the zone, because you have these rituals in place so you're able to do what you need to do, okay, to get the job done. Your job is to go out there, hit the ball, get it over the net in the correct areas and not outside of the lines, okay? You're like, easier said than done, but that's why we're here. We're here to help you. So as you can see, Isner, Djokovic, Thiem, Nadal, they have serve next to their name. That's where they have the biggest rituals because it's the most important shot. It's so important for these guys to just serve, win the point. Saves them time, so saves them with emotional stress of having to grind and play like a Rafa Nadal, who just gets the ball back, angles, gets you out of position, keeps you locked in that corner, and hitting those high, heavy topspin shots off your back foot. It's just crazy. So you want to develop a great serve, get your ritual down, bounce the ball. Isner bounces it between his legs. Djokovic bounces it like 20 sometimes. Bounces it with his racket first 10 times. Then he bounces it with his hand. So that's his ritual. Okay? Thiem bounces it and then he lifts it up on the back of his hand and catches it. So he's pretty cool. He doesn't bounce it 1,000 times. That's cool. Nadal, everyone knows Nadal is just extremist, amazing athlete. What comes with an amazing athlete are these rituals. So I'm not even going to attempt to imitate him because I couldn't do him any justice, okay? Federer, there's a number 8 next to it. The number 8 means that he was born on April 8th, okay? His rituals is he has 8 tennis bags, or not 8 tennis bags, I'm sure he has more than that. He has 8 rackets in his bag that he has with him all the time for matches. He also has 8 water bottles. He has 8 towels. So as you can see that the April 8th obviously was very important because that was when he was born, and which his birthday's coming up. Happy birthday. And so that is pretty much his little rituals. He does tons more, but when it comes to playing, you know, wiping off his hand, his leg, his racket, you know, anything, just like a Nadal, all the guys, they also use these rituals as stall tactics to buy more time. If they were in a really stressful point, it's important that they take time to do these little rituals so they can calm themselves down, okay? Tips, as you can see. Take your time between points, okay? It's important that you don't rush yourself, okay? Now, if you're a fast player and you like to rush your opponent and you're controlling the match situation, then that's all the power to you. That's excellent, because they haven't caught on to the fact that you're doing that, all right? If I was playing someone who played fast, I would take longer breaks. I would bounce the ball more. I would do whatever it takes, you know, to slow them down, okay? Another good tip is to get your towel in between big points. The big points are like you're down, or you could be up, but they've been trying to break you. You've been playing or serving probably for like 5-10 minutes straight, non-stop serving. You finally have a break point, and this is a big point, okay? So you want to take your time, and they're just as nervous as you are, okay? So don't let them think that you're not. They're not nervous, okay? After a point, give your racket or your arm a break. Your dominant racket arm, get that racket out of your hand, put it in your left hand, or if your right hand is your less dominant, then put it in the opposite hand. Carry your racket around in the opposite hand. This way, it relaxes your arm, okay? You don't need to be carrying it around constantly and white knuckling it. You want to make sure that when you get to the next point is going to start, your arm's relaxed and ready to go, okay? So take advantage of that downtime, put that racket in your non-dominant hand and walk around with it, okay? Your opponents, you know, it's important. Read your opponents. Check out the nonverbal cues or their body language. This is a biggie, okay? You don't have to talk to them. You don't have to communicate at all, but all you can see is the communication part is the body language. If their arms are up in the air, you hit a great shot, they couldn't get to it, they're upset, they're screaming on the court, they're upset, they're smashing the racket or hitting it against the fence or the ball, they smashed it down and it bounced up, maybe went to another court. I mean, this is you creating that. So bottom line is you need to keep them doing that because they were not going to be able to play, okay? So the goal is to make them make mistakes, get them to the point where, you know, you're going to have an advantage and win more easily, okay? Because you're breaking them down. Slowing down, or they slowing down physically, because you're running them left and right, you're moving them, dropping them short, you're lobbing over their heads, you're making them frustrated, you're not giving them what they want. And that's exactly what you don't want. You don't want to give them what they want, or else now you'll be playing their game, and before you know it, the game or match has turned around. We don't want that, okay? check out their posture, see if they look defeated, if they're upset, if they're flustered. Again, the yelling on the court, or their shoulders are shrugged, or hitting themselves on the head because they're upset. These are things that, that you have, made them do because you're playing so well, okay? So you have, while they're doing this, don't let that behavior take control over your behavior, meaning you stay calm, you go to the side, you get your towel, you towel off, don't pay any attention to them, just recognize that they're acting this way because they're not winning. Or like a Jimmy Connors would act that way, or the other pros who acted out, that was their way of getting you out of the game. So, I mean, there's a lot of different ways to do this, but the most important way is to play fair, to have fun, enjoy the game, and do the best you can. Give 100%. So, I hope these tips helped you. Go out there, notice what you do before points. Do you bounce the ball a lot? If you don't bounce it, maybe you should. It'll calm you down, it'll slow down the play, and it'll give you time to prepare for the next shot, okay?